Yeah, the team concedes 2 goals in the first half, finds the equalizer in the second half. Unfortunately, the team concedes, not the result the team was looking for. What were your thoughts on tonight's match?
Yeah, not the result because of course, we lost. We can say in the first half we conceded 2 easy goals. I think it's sloppy defending. It's not aggressive enough in terms of how you concede them. Created opportunities ourselves as well. A couple of shots from very close range. We should have scored in the first half ourselves as well, without giving them too many opportunities. The only thing that you need to be aware of against this team is transition, because they were like looking for these moments as well, especially when you go 2-0 down. They're dropping at times even deeper. There was a lot of space to play in. Sometimes we didn't use it enough. Sometimes we brought balls and we played these crosses into the box without any reason, because that was too early. Their choices, they were very compact in the center, but on the width on the sides was there, so we could use that a lot more. That's what we said as well before the game. Then you need to execute that well. We did that the second half a lot better, and then you can see you dominate the game, the majority of the game. They don't come out that dangerous anymore, and you come back to 2-2. After the 2-2, you have the feeling that you can keep on pushing for the third one yourself, but then you concede. A moment, that they played out well, but before that we didn't do that clever enough. We should have kicked that ball out of play. Jeff Cameron was injured. Should have handled that situation better, so to not concede. But they've got the quality up front as well to change these games. That's their strength. All in all, losing a game, not happy. Seen a lot of good things as well. Seen intensity from the team. They showed hard. They fought for it as well, which is very positive. They came back into the game very good. But still, what's costing us is giving away 3 easy goals now, and then we can score 2. But then you still don't win a game, and we spoke about that already for many months. But that's the thing that we need to get out of the system. It's also a way of thinking as an individual yourself as well, that you need to be switched on at certain moments and be more aggressive at times as well. And we need to get that into the players. There's also the thing that we all need to understand, that we of course with players on new positions, play with players who just came into the squad a week ago. So there's still a lot of things that we need to develop, that we need to work on. So eventually we get to a way of playing that's very consistent. And now it goes at times with a little bit with ups and downs, but that's also sports.
We will start with Pat Brennan from the Cincinnati Enquirer. Pat.
Hi, Jaap. You had your 2 center backs and your goalkeeper, obviously. You just alluded to this in your remarks. They made their debut for the club tonight. Jeff Cameron obviously just arrived this week. Did the fact that they were making their debuts and they're new to the club and the players around them, do you think that had a material effect on the defending tonight? Was that part of the reason for the result, just the fact that they're so new to this system and to this club?
No. It's not all about that the 2 new defenders came in that you then concede goals. Not at all. You can see by bringing these new players in that haven't been used to playing for quite a while now, you can see they're cramping up, and then you need to take them off at times as well. And they themselves at times need to manage that a little bit cleverer as well. But the thing is that we brought them on. They needed to play. They were doing quite well. The first goal, the cross is being delivered. The winger came on the inside of Joe, and then he scored. That's not up to them as well. That's also up to Joe, and he knows that. And that's the thing that we can address and we need to address. But it's also a learning curve for Joe, because he's playing in a new position, which is a thing that normally as a player you learn from. So. And the second goal, of course, we need to be a bit more aggressive as well. We lose the ball ourselves, they come out. In the beginning, there's nothing to worry about, but you need to be decisive in certain moments to defend. And then they score, the ball rolls into a goal. It's these goals that we're conceding, and we spoke about it the last couple of games as well. They're too easy to concede these goals. The opposition sometimes don't need to work for it that much, and that's what we need to get in our minds. That's what we need to change. I cannot say to my players that they are not willing to do that, because they are willing to work hard. Everybody is working very hard on the training field, on the pitch. to do well in every situation. We bring them into situations so things become familiar for them as well. Yeah, but sometimes it still happens. But that's the same also at the top level. If you look at the top games in Europe as well, top level of teams playing, they also make these mistakes. You know, it's also because you're working with humans, of course, and they make decisions, and that's the beauty of soccer at times as well. Unfortunately, not for us at this moment because you're not winning your game. But that's how it happens, and I'm very confident that today you've seen a lot of good things as well. You know, they concede too as well. We played at times very well. We used the width of the game second half as well, combinations. But yeah, you don't win the game, which is unfortunate. But there's a lot of good things as well, and we keep on working from that. We keep on building from that. That's what we chose to do. You know, we chose to bring in young players as well, but the young players also need to develop them at times as well in what we're expecting from them, and sometimes that takes time.
We'll continue with Laurel Thaler from Queen City Press. Laurel.
Thank you. In addition to the 3 brand new starters, you had a couple other lineup changes from the past couple games. Was there any statement to be made from making such vast changes in the lineup after the tough losses at Orlando and New York?
Well, sometimes you need to make changes, and everybody knows that's going to be happening in soccer. You know, I've been there myself as well. So sometimes when you're losing games, yeah, it's an opportunity for other players to step in and to show themselves, and I think that's normal, and everybody knows that as well. Everybody realizes that as well. So it's part of the game.
We'll go with Tyler Snipes from SBI Soccer. Tyler.
Thank you. Jaap, you mentioned an injury to Jeff. I'm curious if that's something he picked up during the game or if he was playing through a little something from the start.
No, I think he cramped. So I didn't say it's an injury in terms of that's a real injury. I think he had cramp in his calf, and that's why he needed to come off.
We will go with Bill Dennison. Bill.
Sorry, Coach. I just wanted to check. And how about the atmosphere today? First match, at TQL Stadium. How about the atmosphere today with the fans there, and how did it go?
Oh, that's been beautiful. Everybody's looking forward to the first home game again in the new stadium. So the atmosphere was fantastic. I think the fans were great as well. You know, the fans, and that's also a good thing to know. They keep on, even when we were behind, they keep on cheering, they keep on making noises, they keep on helping the team. And I think that's a very important thing to do, because it helps the players. They feel more comfortable. They feel the excitement from the fans as well, that they're pushing them forwards as well. You can see that today as well. So that's a very good thing. Hopefully within a short amount of time, everybody can join in, and the stadium can be a sellout. But already the fans who've been here over now, at this game, the particular game, they've done a great job, and that gives us a good feeling, gives the team a good feeling as well, and hopefully we can show them many good games towards the future.
Pat Brennan.
Yeah, Jaap, the Gonzalo's third goal obviously didn't leave FC Cincinnati with too much time to respond. But in terms of the positives today, what did you how would you rate the response to going down 1-0 and then 2-0 just before half? Those were pretty critical moments.
Yeah, no, the response was good. In first half we could have done a lot better, and maybe should have as well, and everybody knows that. I'm saying this, and not because of Miami played that well, no, not at all, but we could have used the space a lot better. We should have used that space a lot better to make it more difficult for them. The second half we came back. We scored 2 goals, 2 very good goals as well, coming back into the game, and that's what you're looking for. That tells you something about the team as well, that they want to keep on fighting. They want to keep on going for a result, and that's why now again, after conceding that third one, everybody's of course very disappointed in not winning again, because everybody is feeling that we only need to have maybe that little bit of luck, maybe that can change a whole game. And and that's what we're looking for, because that little bit of positiveness that we're looking for, that can make a big change in soccer. So we're going to be after today we stand up again. We're going to be working again tomorrow, preparing ourselves for the next game, and hopefully to get a result at that time. And that's how it goes. There's always in sport disappointments. There's a good thing that we showed quality today, that we showed willingness to get back into the game, determination. That's what you're looking for. And also at times you showed some very good football.
We have time for 2 more questions. We will go next with Pat Brennan and then finish with Gary Miller. Pat?
Yeah, Jaap, you mentioned, finding something to spark this team in a positive direction. Do you, in spite of the loss, can the coming down from 2-0 for 2-2, can that be a positive spark? Is that your expectation going forward, that the team will continue to play in that manner?
Well, I think it is. There is coming back from 2-0 going to 2-2 is a spark, is very positive. But that's not the only thing. At times, and when you see us play, when we play, you play with confidence. You see in how people are moving, what they're trying to create on the pitch, going forward, creating opportunities. Don't forget that we create opportunities as well for the second half. So we could have and maybe should have scored more goals as well ourselves. So it's not only about Miami scoring 3 goals. They got these goals very easy from ourselves as well, and they outplayed these situations, and we're a bit more sharper in these moments. We need to work hard every game, and that's normal. But at the end of the day, these moments and how we want to play, especially second half, how you get back into the game, is very positive, and that's the thing that we need to keep on working.
We'll go with Gary Miller for the final question. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Gary? Okay. With that, we'll conclude today's press conference with head coach Jaap Stam. Thank you for your time. We will now start with defender Nick Hagglund. We'll start with some opening statements before proceeding to questions. Nick, hometown kid, first game here at TQL Stadium. You're able to score. How was that feeling?
Amazing, to be honest. I've been hurt all week. I basically got in one training, and I knew that both guys had maybe didn't have 90 minutes in them, so I had to be ready to come on and score, the goal in the home opener. Cincinnati kid's dream. To christen the stadium with a kid from Cincinnati scoring a goal. Hopefully, help other kids dream big like that as well.
We will start with Pat Brennan from the Cincinnati Enquirer. Pat?
Nick, congrats on your goal. I'd like to ask you about the play of the center backs and the goalkeeper, all of which made their debuts tonight in your absence. As you were watching that throughout the game, how would you rate the cohesion and the fluidity of the play with three players playing all right next to each other, kind of in a triangle, that were all making their debut? How did that look to you?
Yeah, for guys Jeff and Gustavo speak Spanish, and they just met each other this week. And Kevin's just got here as well. For me, there's a lot of bright things there. The cohesion will get only better. Obviously there are little things here and there, little miscommunications, not being used to each other. It's been literally a week. So I think there were a lot of good things that I saw.
Laurel Slater from Quincy Press. Laurel?
Congrats on the goal. One of the things we haven't really seen yet from this team is that fight. Just coming back from a 2-goal deficit. What do you think was the difference in the second half for you guys, just in trying to get back in the game?
Yeah, I think the kind of putting the 2-0 down and being going after the next goal. And once we got that next goal, you kind of see the momentum shift. You saw the belief in the guys grow. So I think, and towards the end of the game, it was all us, you know. So I feel like just the belief, scoring that goal, breaking the seal, allows guys to just believe more and have confidence in one another and in what they're doing, you know. And so I think taking this momentum of being able to score 2 goals, being able to come back from 2 goals, believing in that and knowing that we can do that is crucial going forward.
We'll continue with Tyler Snipes from SBI Soccer. Tyler.
Thank you. Nick, so you come in and score the goal, and then there's a lot of confusion about what happened in the concession in the moments after. Can you kind of take us through, from your view, what happened? There's a little uncertainty from if Jeff was hurt or not, but then beyond the play, just what does it leave you with mentally walking away from this game, scoring the goal, and then being involved with that concession, fair or unfair, just in the moments after?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's frustrating. There's 10 minutes left in the game. We have to lock it down there. The play comes where we're pressing a little bit. We want the 3rd goal. We're not going for a tie. We start pressing. It's a 1v1 with me. They have space in behind, so I'm kind of following the runner. He kind of slips on the ball. I'm running backwards to try to clear it, just get anything on it. It goes to Higuain. He's starting to come down. We're doing a 3v2-ish kind of thing. And ball goes wide, ball comes in across. Jeff was not hurt. I think he was cramping. I think it was first game in a while. So, I think it was just, the ball goes through my legs, like an inch to the left, inch to the right. It nicks off me, and maybe it's out for a corner or whatever, but it's frustrating.
We'll continue with Laurel Fader. Laurel?
Despite that, do you feel like this is something that you guys can build on, just like you were talking about, just being able to see the goals come? What can that do for you guys going forward and in the next match?
Yeah, I think, if we can continue to score goals and then look at what we're doing defensively that's causing the goals and try to get to the root cause of that and make sure we nick out these little transition goals or these things where there's a little miscommunication. If we can focus on that, then we have the ability to score goals. And I think that's just there has to be a focus on being able to do both well.
With that, we will conclude with defender Nick Hagglund. Nick, thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys.
So everyone, we will start with opening statements from Alvaro Barreal before proceeding to questions. Alvaro, you scored the first goal for the Orange and Blue here at TQL Stadium. Walk us through the emotions. Alvaro, metes el primer gol para FC Cincinnati en este estadio nuevo. ¿Cómo te sentiste en esos momentos?
Bueno, feliz por hacer mi primer gol en el FCC con todos los fanáticos. La primera vez que juego aquí con fanáticos. Por ese lado estoy muy contento y a la vez triste por no haberles dado una victoria y bueno, pedirles perdón también de parte de mí y de todo el grupo a los fanáticos. Nos hubiese encantado regalarles una victoria.
Yes, I'm happy to score my first goal here with FC Cincinnati, especially to do it in front of fans, something that I have not been able to do before, play here in front of fans. I do want to apologize to the fan base that we weren't able to get the result that we wanted, so I apologize on behalf of the team for not getting the result. We will start with questions from Pat Brennan.
Hola, Alvaro. I'd like to ask you about not just that you scored the first goal at the new stadium, but this was your first goal for the club. How big is that for you personally moving forward?
Álvaro, metes tu primer gol para este equipo. ¿Qué importante es ese momento para ti para seguir creciendo en el equipo?
La verdad es que es muy importante porque lo necesitaba. Lo estaba buscando hace varios partidos, no se me estaba dando por mala suerte, pero bueno, me vino muy bien a mí en lo personal para darme más confianza, para poder seguir creciendo, para poder aportar todo lo que puedo en este equipo, que bueno, una de las cosas son los goles. Por suerte se me pudo dar en el estreno al estadio y estoy muy feliz por ese lado.
Yeah, I think this is very important for me. It's something that I very much needed. I felt like in the past I just couldn't do it. I felt like there's a bit of bad luck in there. And like you said, this will definitely help build my confidence. Goals help build your confidence inside the pitch. So I'm very happy for that, and I'm ready to contribute more for the team. We'll continue with Laurel Flater.
Yes, hola. I know that it wasn't a full crowd today, but it was your first time playing in front of a Cincinnati home crowd. How much could you feel just the energy that the fans were providing?
Álvaro, fue tu primera oportunidad de jugar en frente de los aficionados, y aunque no fue el estadio completo, ¿cómo te sentiste jugar en frente de ellos y cómo era la energía adentro del estadio?
Muy buena, muy buena. Como dije antes, estoy muy contento por haber jugado mi primer partido con los fanáticos. Es muy lindo para mí conocerlos ahora, aunque no esté todavía habilitado que vengan todos. Estoy muy entusiasmado por jugar aquí con todo el estadio lleno, pero bueno, hoy fue la verdad que me sentí muy bien, muy cómodo. Los fanáticos alentando todo el partido, eso al equipo y a mí me ayuda, me da mucha confianza. Y bueno, también pedirles perdón, ¿no? De vuelta porque me hubiese encantado y nos hubiese encantado regalarles una victoria.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of good energy inside the stadium. I love playing in front of them. It was my first opportunity to do so, and I loved every minute of them. I finally got to meet them, and see what all the fuzz was about. And I'm excited to be able to play in front of a full capacity stadium soon. They really help us a lot. They motivate us. And like I said before, I'm just sorry that we couldn't give them the scoreline that they deserved. We'll continue with Tyler Snipes.
Thank you. You nearly did give them a score line to at least be satisfied with. And I'm curious on the attacking side, what the differences were today than the games past, because you were able to answer the goals and even the score for the first time all season.
Álvaro, el equipo cae abajo 2-0, pero pudieron empatar el partido. ¿Qué fue la diferencia en este partido a comparado en los partidos anteriores?
No, bueno, creo que gracias a la actitud de todo el equipo pudimos empatarlo, no darnos por vencido. Creo que eso fue lo que cambiamos en este partido a los partidos anteriores. El tratar de ir a buscar los 2 goles en contra, tratar de ir a buscar con actitud, con ganas con hambre de gloria. Creo que eso fue una de las claves de hoy para poder buscar el empate y bueno, después no pudimos sostenerlo, no pudimos dar vuelta el resultado, pero bueno, creo que hicimos una mejor performance que los partidos anteriores.
Yeah, I think we had a good attitude, and we showed character. That was something that we had not done before, and it was a key to being able to find the equalizer. It was unfortunate that we could not hold on to it, but I think that was a key for us. We'll go with Laurel Fader.
It seemed like at times last year and even just early this year that it's been kind of a mental block, just not being able to get goals after conceding. Do you feel like this is something that can help you guys just mentally kind of clear that hurdle in future games?
Álvaro, antes el equipo cuando les metían gol se sentía como que el equipo no sabía cómo reaccionar. Hoy reaccionan. ¿Qué importante fue este partido para ustedes?
No, como dije antes, fue muy importante, creo que sentimos también el apoyo de los fanáticos, cosa que antes no lo habíamos sentido, y creo que también eso fue una de las claves por las que pudimos conseguir el empate en un momento del partido, tanto como nosotros por la actitud que pusimos y los fanáticos por el apoyo. Creo que eso nos ayudó mucho a nosotros y fue muy importante.
Yeah, I think this game was very important for us, and I really do believe that the energy that the fans provided helped us a lot. We're able to have synergy with the fans as we were building up. The reactions from the fans got bigger and stronger and louder. And I think that really propelled us to be able to change during the game. With that, we'll conclude tonight's press conference. Thank you all for assisting. Muchas gracias, Alvaro.